Everybody, I'm Ray Katapang. I'm the Deputy Chief of Mission. And my pleasant duty this afternoon is to welcome you all to the Philippine Embassy here in London, your embassy in London. On behalf of Philippine Ambassador Spiritu, and my colleagues at the embassy, let me acknowledge the presence of, where is the Consul General? Consul General Tess de Vega. Tess. We also have here our Economic Counselor and Information Officer Tess Nasa, the Philippine Football Club, which will render Manchester United history. The Philippine Embassy could meet the Filipino football players. Before I go any further, I would like also to acknowledge the members of the Philippine media in the UK. We have the Danny Buenope, very popular picture, a familiar figure, either here or in the UK, for the benefits of both teams. So without much ado, ladies and gentlemen, I would give the microphone to, as I said, the culprit of this afternoon session, no other than Leo Jensen.
Hello and good afternoon, everybody. To the Philippine, I would first like to give a big thanks to the Philippine Embassy for arranging this meeting here, and also a special thanks to Adrian, who made it possible for this meeting, and it has been a big help, and he has set up all the information we need on his website, Philippine Generation. Also, I'm happy that we have some players here for the national team already, as they have already been introduced. And finally, also to all the players who came here today. It has been 5 months since we last met, most of us, in the trial in Manchester. It has been very hard, and it has been a long waiting. Some of you have maybe feel frustrated because nothing really has happened, but I've been working hard to contact sponsors. I've been in contact with several football clubs also in the Premiership for helping us, and some embassy, and finally this embassy, the Philippine Embassy, came up here with this meeting, and they said that they will try to help us with all the sponsorship. So then we also ask ourselves, why Philippine United? Well, first of all, I would say I've been married to a Filipino for 22 years, and I've been in your lovely country several times. And my love for football, I visited the PFF first time in 2003, and I wanted to do something to help Philippine football, because I want to see them in the World Cup one day. So that's why at that time I started up PFA UK, the Philippine Football Agency. And I worked hard because I want at that time the national team to come here to England to practice, get some matches. But I also knew that I was facing a hard task because of the cost of this project, and it would be hard to get the financial support for that. But then some good things happened. We have players here today who already we have met here from I met in the AFC Cup in Iloilo with 2 wins and 1 draw. PFF. So that proves that with the help from the players in England and by training hard, then you can go far with Philippine football. So after decided to start up a team here of Philippine United, so we could send some players up here from the national team to 22 players in August to go in the Philippines. And this is also where we are going to talk sponsorship here today. And I cannot see there should be a problem about that. And then,
Right.
funny, he's forgot his whip today, but he will bring it when we are going to start the training.
Yeah. Well, as you know, it's a pleasure to meet you all. Just like Leo, I've been married to a Filipino for 10 years, which I met in London, even though I'm from Sheffield. I won't even go there. But we met in London in a place, and Steve and I, we've been to the Philippines for the last 9 years, coaching and seeing. But the first year I was there when I was married, we got married in the Philippines. I get a phone call from nowhere from this stranger called Manny Martinez, who you all know is being the PFF, offering to take us for dinner into the peninsula, and we find out ever since then we've called him Mr. Football, because I've never known a Filipino with as much passion for football as Manny Martinez. Well, he may be a couple more. I don't know if any of you know Leo Nice, whose brother used to play basketball for the De La Salle, and also unfortunately a lovely guy called Angel Sandoval, who was also with Mary. Those two are the most passionate people I've known about who love the football in the Philippines. And when they knew that we were in town, they wanted to get hold of us and knuckle us down and, you know, talk about football, what we can do. And within a couple of days we were coaching in Laguna, where Mrs. Sandoval was from. And things developed, and we got saying one or two other things, and we kept going and coming back coaching, and then eventually we stayed for about 10 months. When was that? About 2 years after? About 2 years after. We coached in different places, different this team, Philippine United, and to be an agent for the Philippine players who are born in England or have some foreign parentage, who are available to play in the Philippines for the national side. Well, before we have watched it's a pleasure to be involved.
Hi, I'm Chris. Christopher Greywich. I've been playing with the national team now since 2003. My first tournament was in Malaysia, the Tiger Cup, which is pretty much the premier Southeast Asian competition. I think that the tournament previous, which was in 2001, I think we got beat 11-0, 14-0, and I think 6-0 in 2001, which was 2 years before I first joined. And in my first competition, I think we won our first game. We beat East Timor 2-1. We managed to hold a very strong Brunei team until the 95th minute, where we lost 1-0. We lost to Thailand as well, 3-1, and Malaysia 4-1. But I think in that sort of short period of time, we made great strides. I think since then, with the development of the squad, with the players we've introduced, we've gone on to really improve the squad. And I think culminating in the last AFC Championship, where obviously with the introduction of Neil and a couple of other players, we managed to win 2 of our 3 games. We drew the other one. We didn't even concede a goal. And I think that was it 19 places we rose in FIFA rankings that particular month. Was the single biggest rise for any nation over the past calendar 12 months. So I think a lot's happened since my involvement in 2003. And I think, you know, with what people like Leo and obviously everyone here today, I think it's important that we continue the development of the squad. Because I think, for example, Vietnam won the recent AFC tournament, which unfortunately didn't qualify for. But they were right below us going into the tournament. And I think if, you know, everyone in this room, I think, can probably contribute in some small part to the development of the national team, whether it be as players with the Philippine United team, whether it be players with the national team, whether it be Leo, whether it be through sponsorship. And I think I'd encourage anyone who's here today just to kind of make some small contribution to the national team, whether it be money or whether it be in your presence. But I think if we can all kind of pull together, hopefully with, maybe not in my lifetime, maybe not in my brother's time in the national team, but maybe in years to come, we might prove to be, you know, one of the stronger Southeast Asian nations, and yeah, hopefully things can kind of kickstart from here with your help. So.
Today, just to kind of tell everyone about Philippine football. As Chris has been involved for 5-6 years now, and I've only been involved for 1 year, but even I've seen a massive development since I've been there. I've been in 2 tournaments. We went over to Cambodia a few months back. Great experience, great time, and hopefully, as I said, I'm only 18 years old, and hopefully, got many years ahead of me, so I can see everyone through, and hopefully my plan is to become captain. But, there's a few young guys in the team, but there are other players that are getting older, and hopefully we get younger players through, either through this small little thing in England, or in Europe, and hopefully we can expand this in Europe and all over the world, because there are players like myself who didn't really know about this Philippine national team till a year ago, 2 years ago. The young husbands actually who couldn't make it today were they were meant to come, but they couldn't come. But they introduced me to this. I was at Chelsea with them when I was a youngster, and my mum and their mum was speaking quite a bit, and I didn't really know whether I was going to play for the national team, which this doesn't sound too great, but obviously most kids' dreams to play for England because I was brought up here. When I got the opportunity to play for the Philippines, I jumped on it because it's a great experience. You get to travel the world. I've been to some great countries, back to Philippines, Thailand and Cambodia, and obviously hopefully we're going to go over to Thailand again this year. But as I said, back to the point, hopefully I can encourage younger players to play for our team, and like Chris said earlier, we can expand and become stronger and become a better Asian team in years to come, and hopefully I'll be a part of it.
Playing in front of 30,000, 25,000 I think it was, and we almost qualified down to the last. Well, we actually didn't qualify for young husbands, scored 2 goals against Malaysia, and with 30 minutes to go we actually would have qualified for the first time in I think 12, 15 years, something like that. The president actually came to watch that game, so it's one of the best feelings to have playing for the national team. And obviously I played football out in America, so when I get the chance to, I try and jump on it. Like these guys, Neil's obviously full time, so he's not always available and stuff, and then when you get clearance, then definitely he's the most passionate team I played for. It's always the team I want to play for the most. And it's such a young team. I think our average age in our last tournament was probably 21, 22. So obviously we're an up-and-coming team, and with the results we had, like no goals conceded, 2 wins and a draw, and we still didn't qualify, was a bit annoying. Especially the draw against Tajikistan was a huge result, and going out in goal difference. I think I couldn't actually make the tournament in Cambodia because I was out in America, but I think we went out in goal difference then as well. So it's definitely making big steps towards becoming a well-known team, and obviously the rankings in FIFA show that. And the coaches are great, and when I first went over there for my first trial.
Hi, my name's Simon Gravich, younger brother to Chris and Phil. I'm pretty new to the international scene. I only made my debut back in October in the tournament in Cambodia, so that was an amazing experience for me to actually represent my country and be part of the national team. So I won't obviously speak as long as these guys. I'm pretty new to the experience, but I mean, if just get the opportunity to play for the national team and the whole development of it, hopefully if we can get support from Leo and just continue to develop the players both in the Philippines and also the field foreigners, obviously help support the national team to progress in a few years' time. But as I said, they basically covered everything what I wanted to say, but so I think I'll just pass you back to there if that's all right.
Hello everyone. Well, like Neil, I haven't heard about the Philippine football team. The first time I heard about them was last year when I met Leo in the Milton Keynes Filipino Festival. And to be honest, at first when he told me about it, I didn't know what to expect. I was a bit shocked really about Leo's dream about Philippine United. To be honest, I didn't expect this today, and I know a lot of the players that turned up in Manchester didn't expect this today. And really, I'm just here today, standing up here, just on behalf of the players of Philippine United, to thank Leo for giving us this opportunity, because we wouldn't be here right now if it weren't for him. So just want to say thank you, Leo.
I just want to thank everyone for coming. I've been involved in this purely because I saw a crazy story that Leo released about Paul Gascoigne managing the Philippines. That was an amazing story, it got a lot of coverage, and I've known of Leo for a while because a guy at the back named Rob, he's one of the biggest evangelists when it comes to Filipino football. He's been talking about it for about 8 years, even when not much was happening. And he's persuaded a lot of people to play in the park. We've been telling people about Leo, and we've been speaking to Leo for a while. Didn't think anything was going to happen. Saw the story, thought that was massive, so we thought we'd get involved. I'm the chairman of Philippine Generations, and we're a completely second generation led organisation. We're looking at promoting the Philippines, its culture, its people. So football is just a small part of what we do. We also look after food, so we're looking to promote Philippine cuisine. We're also involved in martial arts, so Dosi Paris is another kind of group that we work with. We're also involved in the arts, so you're looking at theatre. Pinoy Theatre are doing a few productions this year where they're going to be talking about Filipino culture and some of the mythological stories from back home and traditions. Then you've also got Filipino film. We've already kind of got an arrangement with a cinema in London to show Filipino films. So that's another kind of project we've got. We're partnering with the VSO, so it's a kind of outreach program for some of you, hopefully, to volunteer in the Philippines and make a difference. We're also looking at trying to get British Filipinos to represent the Philippines in the next Olympics here in London. And there are a lot of Filipinos who have done stuff for the British team, have represented Britain in things like judo, and I know that they really would like to represent the Philippines, and if we can help them do that, maybe we'll get a gold medal. So that's just a little snapshot of what we do. But this project is massive, and the trial that happened in August, we told a lot of people about it, tried to get some people there to help Leo out. Thankfully, a lot of people turned up. It was very successful. A lot of you played, and you beat the Manchester East team, wasn't it? Which was a great result because they're obviously an established team who played quite regularly in their league. I know a lot of the players are based in London, and I know a few of them, and hopefully a league can be joined. I was speaking to someone yesterday who's in I think it's one of the London leagues, and they've got ex-professionals in that league, and they'd like to get involved and they'd like to play the team. So if we can set up a kind of match after their season ends, they would really like to play you guys in, I think it's after March, which would be great. And basically, none of this could happen without Leo, and I'm just so glad that the Philippine Embassy can get involved, and also members of the media to try and promote this as well. Someone else I need to mention too is Jun Buena. He's part of the whole Campi organisation, so they do the basketball, and there's loads of basketball players who would like to play football as well. So there's a whole another set of people who want to play football too. So you're looking to narrow it down to 20, you're probably coming down from about 100. So hopefully some of you guys are good enough to get into that, and it really progresses well. Thanks so much.
Yeah, I know a lot of them by names or by faces, but I think they could just one by one just come up and give their name. So where should we start from a name? Just come up and introduce yourself.
To be honest, we don't know where to start, but I'm Renan Ramos, obviously club captain at the minute. Came down here with Raymond. So Raymond, do you want to introduce yourself?
My name's Raymond, and I was at the Manchester trial as well, so it was quite successful, and I'll pass it on to Leo.
I'm quite shy. My name is Leo de la Cruz. I was there with the rest of the boys here, and I could see a few faces as well. So it's good to see that everyone's turned up, made an effort. I'm sure some of you play Saturdays and Sundays as well. I mean, every day I'm pretty much ringing Renee and Jeriel to obviously try and do something together. I mean, they play five-a-side, I'm sure they play Sundays as well. But it's just a way to get obviously us involved even before we start any competitive matches. But that's what I'll say.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rene Panau, defender, and played fine Manchester trials and got picked for the last 16, which was great. And passed one to Jerry.
My name's Jerry Fatigas, striker of the team, and hopefully we're just looking to get together and play together. That's make something nice. Anyone on the back? I know it's Ollie there. Ollie.
Which one of you was the coach? There you are. You are.
Give a chance to introduce yourself to you. Leo.
Hello.
Leo. Can we ask him to coach for
If you want to play for the national team, you have a chance now when Neil is injured, because you will never get into the first team.
I'm excited for all this, like, I can't wait to get this started.
yes.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Michael Simolo, younger brother of Engelbert. I'm a midfielder, and one day I wish to be the next Zinedine Zidane.
Hi, my name is Raymond Tordesi. I went to a trial in Manchester, which was very successful. To be honest with you, after the trial, I didn't think this would happen, but as it's become reality, and to see that things are progressing, I think it's a good thing that it's happening to the Philippine football.
Everyone got a chance to play for the national team because my boys did. The reason why I'm here today is just that I would like everyone to support their country, because without the support of anyone, there will be no national team, really. So work hard, dreams come true, and I hope all of you can play for the national team. And thank you very much.
Actually, I'm just echoing what Mrs. Stokes has said, because on my son's wall for the last 5 years he's had a poster. This is before he joined Fulham. I can't remember exactly what it says, but it is about dreams, and you really have to dream, and if you don't have a dream it doesn't happen. So I think today's quite exciting for me. I know we live in very difficult financial times, but I have to say that I'm very encouraged by today's meeting. For you guys to the right of me, you've got to have a real focus. It's like anything in life, it doesn't come for free. You've got to work very hard, you've got to be aggressive, you've got to be very, very focused. And I know that the guys in the national team, it's a very, very young side, it's a very exciting side, a very young side. So I think the prospects are really great, but for you, it's really great for me to see you here today. And it's your job to get rid of these guys. Really, you've got to really fight hard and be aggressive and be focused. But I'd just like to welcome you, and I just wish you every success. And I'd like to thank the embassy in particular for this great gathering and the opportunity to meet here. We're very privileged. And I just hope moving forward that we can see success as a national team. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sir Rica Tapang. I'd like to introduce myself first. I'm Tess Lizon de Vega, the new Consul General here at the Philippine Embassy. And what else is in store for 2009 for the Philippine Embassy? Well, aside from watching the games of Philippine United FC, we will, as mentioned by Mr. Katapang, also be very supportive of some of the upcoming projects of Philippine Generations. That includes several Pinoy theater productions for this year. We are also right now in the thick of a campaign to encourage more overseas absentee voting registrants from among the Filipino community here. The gentlemen who will form part of PUFC, you are of course welcome to come here. If you are still just UK citizens, we will help facilitate your becoming dual citizens. Please tell your parents, if they're not yet dual citizens and if they're already UK citizens, that they can just come here and we will give them all the information they need. We promise to help you with that process, with all the documentary requirements. Aside from overseas absentee voting, on the consular side, for the information of the community and our friends in the media, we will be undertaking several outreach missions this year to cities like Manchester, Birmingham. In February, on Valentine's Day, we will be going to Belfast in Northern Ireland. We will conduct our outreach mission there. We will be registering them for overseas absentee voting and delivering frontline services. And we'll also tell them about PUFC. Why not? The more people know, the better for us here, the better for PUFC. And in March, we will be going to Oxford for the Filipino community in Oxford. And we will also be going to Manchester later in March, on the 21st of March, to conduct outreach services. In April, we will be going to the Isle of Man to conduct outreach services for over 1,000 Filipinos in that area. And then throughout the year, we will be having more outreach services. The embassy is also going to embark on a Filipiniana resource center. As you all know, we just moved to this new location, to Suffolk Street. It's actually the first-year anniversary this month. I think some of the players went to Kensington. Very sorry about that. They probably still thought the embassy was at Kensington. No, we're now here at Suffolk Street. Several buildings actually, and one of the buildings will be hopefully devoted to a Philippine Resource Center, which the Filipino community associations can also use for events like this, for press cons, for book launchings, for the launch of several projects. We would be happy to share with the community our facilities here at the embassy. The Philippine Resource Center will essentially be a repository of publications, books, and other works on the Philippines, both by Filipino and foreign scholars, so we can mainstream Philippine scholarship here. And we are very fortunate we're located here in the heart of London. There are several leading academic institutions in the vicinity, like London School of Economics, we have the University of London, we have Imperial College, so...
Okay, can you hear me, yeah? Tell me when it's rolling.
Okay, that's how.
Yeah? Tell me when.
Okay, that's right.
Okay, tell me in what capacity Philippine Generations has been involved in this project?
We've been involved through our relationship with Leo Jensen. He's started PFA UK, which is Philippine Football Association UK. His original plan was to get the Filipino national team to come to the UK and play a British team. That's evolved over the years. He held a trial to try and get some players who are interested in playing for the national team and also make the PFF aware that there are players here. We helped him organise that in terms of getting people to go. From then on, we had regular conversations about where this is going to go, what should happen. I informed him about a few other projects that was happening in different countries where they had foreign-born players who had a team in another country and brought them back. So one of the ideas was for Leo to start a team here, get them playing, join a league, and then having some of those players playing at a decent standard on a regular basis, and then going to the Philippines, maybe having trials play for the national team, joining the new Filipino Premier League, which should be starting this year, and also have some of those players coming back here. It's basically just a feeder program in order to get Filipinos aware that they can play for the national team, also to help focus them, and also to get the sport of football a bit more better known in the Philippines.
Okay. Do you think there was really a need for this, as in creating a Filipino football team?
Most definitely. Throughout the past 10 years, there have been a lot of people who are saying that they're part of Filipino football, they want to do something, they can help people, and there's been a lot of infighting. It hasn't been that settled back in the Philippines, and it's only, I would say, in the last 6-7 years it's gotten very professional. And now the Philippines, who have a proud footballing history, have kind of reawoken and found, probably from their foreign-born Filipinos, just how big it is. And this just helps focus everyone's attention. This would not have happened had it not been for someone like Leo pushing this forward. And if this hadn't have happened, then some of these boys would never have gotten the opportunity to meet members of the national team here today, or even have a chance to go to the Philippines and play.
So what's the long-term ambition, would you say? What are you aiming for, or what is this team aiming for, say, within the next 5 to 10 years?
5 to 10 years is to establish themselves within a league. The way that it works here is you join a league, you make your way up through that league. Depending on the level of that league, you can keep going up and up and up, or you can reach the top. And once you're at the top, you then have to make a decision. Do I stay in this league, or do I transfer to another league? And the aim is to get this team at a decent standard, established enough where they're making money, and there is a formal procedure and program in place for them to be established. Have some of those players going to the Philippines, have some of the young Filipino footballers come here and join the team as well from the Philippines, give them some experience, and then eventually joining one of the divisions that will lead up to maybe a national league.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Yeah, it's cool. I'll just start. So could you start with your name and your age and your position?
My name is Francis Tonic-Banwa. I play left wing, left midfield. I am currently 23 years of age, and I've been playing university football for the past, well, on and off, since I've finished 2-3 years probably.
So tell me, what do you think about today? Are you encouraged by what you see? Were you a bit surprised?
Personally, I think it's a bit long overdue. We've tried to start initiatives like this in the past, you know, through social networking sites, and you know, like coming up with arranging, you know, matches here and there midweek. We used to play AstroTurf just off Margaret Road in King's Cross, and you know, it's developed since then. We were surprised because in the beginning the numbers were roughly between 10, 15, 20 people, and now when we do organise something big through Leo and through the rest of the boys, there's a good turnout, and we expect 40, 60 on a weekend in Regent's Park. You know, and now it's gone from just having a kickabout to a team, and it's rapid strides in a short space of time, the past probably 12, 18 months. But this is something that we've been wanting to do since we were 16, 17. If you look at other universities, other young communities, for example, there's associations for Japanese, Korean, and it's taken a long time for something like this, something for a Filipino football, for something like this to happen. So now that, for example, I'm 23, it may be a bit too late for me, but you know, I still have a chance. Though I'm seeing some of the 16, 17-year-olds who are leaving college and like they're looking into football. Some of my friends who have children now. One of them is 11 years old and he's Filipino. He's playing for Chelsea's under 9s, under 12s, and he's been on the Vic since he was under 9.
So there are future prospects.
Yes, exactly. So maybe for not my generation, but maybe for even the next generation. So.
But you're encouraged by this. You're excited.
Very much so.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Cool.
Thanks.
It came out just there's 4. There was one more person.
Stephen.
Stephen. Yeah, Stephen. And Stephen's in his 30s now. We managed to do our first kickabout after a month or so.
Yeah.
Because it's Regent's Park, was it? Regent's Park?
Yeah, it's
made up an event.
Because like, if you look at the Filipino communities, the majority of them are either, say, east, northeast, and then west. Yeah. And it's hard, you know, to get everybody to come up. So, for a football thing, it was hard to get everybody together. You know, so it was hard. It was a challenge.
All right. Just like your friend over here, please start off by introducing yourself, your position, and your age.
I'm Rene Banal. I'm 21 and I'm a defender.
Okay. So why did you get involved with this particular team?
Basically, I've been playing football all my life. I'm mad about football. Played it since I was a little kid. Currently playing five-a-side twice a week now. Also playing Sunday League, and so just a dream to play for my country. And from today, you can see it's getting somewhere now, and hopefully gather all the guys up, play for the national team, and work together and win some trophies, hopefully in the future.
Right. And how about you? Why did you get involved, and what do you think about today?
Basically, I was playing football a lot when I was younger. I always wanted to play with other Filipino people, but I couldn't, so I ended up playing with like Malaysian teams, like at my Chinese society in uni. And even though I tried to organise it myself, I couldn't do it. But actually on Facebook, I searched for it one night, and I found his group, and he was actually the only member. So we just started, that's how we met. We just started messaging each other, and soon enough we got a lot of people interested. And I think now we've got like over 200 members.
Yeah.
So, and that's how Leo found us as well.
For your football kickabout in
Yeah,
region?
it's basically for football, Filipino footballers, UK.
Yeah.
And just to get like a load of us, not even for a team, just for the Filipino community that love football, like brought up here or come here and discovered the joy of football and just to play together.
So do you reckon the Filipino team has a chance in maybe appearing in 2012 Olympics?
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of second generation Filipinos here as well, and there's us, we like to play football. In the Philippines it's like all basketball and stuff, and there's not even funding for that. But I think with all the talent we have, well, we think we have, we can progress, because I think it was just of like no one knowing about it. But now we have this to like all join together and hopefully bring it further.
Great, thank you.
Thanks.
But I don't want to interfere. I don't want to interfere. No, I know my right.
Big Dog 5, designed by your keeper.
Is it?
Got a name?
That one?
Yeah. Okay. Next? Okay. That one. So next one.
And I'll choose this kit and then choose
Choose the kit and then logo.
You sure of that kit, yeah?
Well, then we'll just wait for the gent behind us to go. Okay.
Time limit loading.
Can you start off with introducing yourself, your name, your position, your age?
Hi, I'm Richie Caparros.
Just look at me.
Look at him.
Yeah.
I'm Richie Caparros and I play striker. And
How old are you?
I'm 31.
You're 31?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm at peak of my game at the moment. Been playing football for God knows since I've loving football since not a lot of Filipino love football, but I grew up loving football, like my school and everything, and I live and die football really. And when this come across, like when someone said, "Do you want to play for Philippine national team?" I was ready for it. I'm all ready for it, and I was excited. We went to Manchester, had a trial up there. I must have scored the goal against this Manchester East champions, and I was well excited about it and everything. And yeah, when this come around again, I was really surprised, because I thought it's all collapsed and everything, but now it's all good. I'm all hyped again, excited, raring to go, and I want to score some more goals. That's it.
So do you reckon when you guys go over to Philippines to play, do you reckon it will actually interest will be generated over there as well?
Definitely, of course, because the game over there is basketball at the moment, and yeah, if you ask someone in the Philippines, David Beckham, they have no idea. But nowadays, people are starting to know who David Beckham is and everything. Yeah, it looks like football's up and coming in the Philippines.
So do you reckon this is good for the Filipino-British community as well?
Of course, definitely. Yeah, you lot might not know it, but there is a lot of people Filipino guys out there who really wants to play football. Like, it's not always basketball. So there's football as well, and it's just finding these guys who wants. Some of them are shy, some of them are not. They're not is this for real, you know? But yes, there is a lot of exciting players out there. I've got a lot of friends who're supposed to come today, but as it's a working day still, and they just couldn't make it. But yeah, I've got a lot of friends. The majority of people that come to Manchester were from me, like my friends, my cousins. They all came from me. And yeah, there is a lot of exciting players out there. Just have to find them.
Well, man, thank you very much.
No problem.
Cheers, man. Is it recording ready? Okay, so I understand that you've been doing or pursuing this for over 8 years.
Yeah, since 2003.
Can you tell me why you're doing it?
Because of my love to football and also my love to the Philippines. Because, as I said before, I've been married my lovely wife for 22 years, and I've been in the Philippines several times, and I've seen how poor performance the national team is. And originally I'm from Denmark, and I know the Filipinos who live in Denmark and also later on here in England. They support all their own teams like Arsenal, Tottenham, United, Chelsea or whatever, but no one really mentioned about their own national team, which saddened me really. So there in 2003, when we were in the Philippines, I gave a call in the Philippine Football Federation and asked if I could come up and have some chat about the Football Federation and see what they're up to. And they were very happy for that, and they asked if I could promote Philippine football here in England. And my biggest idea was to get the national team up here, find a sponsor, and let them train, because I know many Filipino players are as good as a fellow Asian, but the problem is the poor training facility and the money there didn't give them much chance. So that's why I set up this Philippine football agency and tried to get them up here. But it was a harder task because to get the financial support, because it was involved in a lot of money. But I never gave up, and now we have the result with the Neil Edwards and the Graduate's brother. We have the young husband from Chelsea, and to see how big difference they make for the national team.
So do you think Filipino players are actually good enough then to compete?
They are very good. They are good enough, and we saw that in the Asian Challenge Cup, and it's also what Neil Edwards and Chris Graduate said before, that there were just 1 or 2 goals from qualifying to the next round, and give the boys some time here in England and give them the challenge and get some of the players up here. They can do it. This is why we start up the Philippine United FC, and President Martinez and the whole PFF are backing us up about that, and now we'll try to get some players up here and join us.
So is that the next thing that?
The next step is we'll start to play friendly matches here within the next couple of months, and then we will join a league in London, under the FA in London in September, and then take it from there. And then as soon as we join the league, we'll try to send some players up from the national team to get some experience. And also, in the other way around, send some of our players down in the Philippines and play for their Premier League club there.
Great, thank you very much.
Okay, yeah.
That's great, thank you very much.
Voted for figure 4 from England. There was a clear winner for the home shirt, should there be a home and away. That was the winner in terms of the top. So, that's from Jane Stanislaw. And if there is money in the budget for an away shirt, or if you guys want an away shirt, that came second. And that's from Roger Pay. Alright. Alright, smile guys. Cheese. Good job on
This side, right, cool. Can you start off with your name and your position and your age, please?
Neil Etheridge, age 18, Fulham Football Club, as the goalkeeper.
And you've been there for how long?
I've been there for 3 years.
For 3 years. And with the national team, the Philippine national team?
I've been in the national team for 1 year, playing in Philippines and in Cambodia for tournaments.
Okay, and how do you think it's developing?
Yeah, it's developing really well. I think since I've been there, I've only been there twice, but it's developed really well. Chris Greatwich, who's in the team, he's been playing for 5 years, and you know, he said it's been continuously improving, and I can see that as well. So hopefully that will carry on in the near future.
Sorry, go ahead.
And hopefully that will go, you know, in the further future as well.
So you're enthusiastic about these prospects, especially with the interest generated today?
Yeah, I am. I'm very happy with how everything's gone today. I think there's a lot of people that want to get support in the Filipino football, both here in Europe and over in Asia. So, you know, hopefully things will start to improve.
Great, thank you very much.
No.
Cool. Would you mind just for the sake of it, just blah 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 blah. And so when you guys are having trials soon as well, isn't it? Again, some next trials.
Yeah, they're having trials. Obviously, I won't be able to play in them, but I'll be there supporting the coaching staff. So it should be. I should enjoy that. You know, I'll be enjoying that experience as well. I mean, it's hard for me, obviously, because I've got club football play.
Right. Test.
Yep.
Yeah. Please, could you start off by telling me your name, your age, and your position?
Okay, my name is Renan Ramos. I'm 26 years old, and I play centre mid.
I understand you're the captain of the team, and how long have you been captain?
Since the trial in Manchester. It was our first game, first trial, and literally got picked as captain then.
So how do you think the chances are for the Filipino football team to develop?
I think there's a good chance of us developing as a nation. This is just a step forward for the Philippines, I think. If you were at the trial, you'd see how passionate some of the players were and how hungry they are to succeed. And I think at the minute, at this level of international football, that's what we're lacking, a bit of hunger and for success. And I think we got the right ingredients here by moving forward with Philippine United.
So were you encouraged by the developments of today? Because the impression I got from a lot of people was they were very surprised actually that this is actually happening now after so many years.
I think surprise is the right word. Football's never been a big sport in the Philippines, and it's about time that it's been recognised as a major sport. It's a major sport everywhere else in the world. Why can't it be in the Philippines? And the fact that everyone's surprised is just because of those reasons. But us going forward today, with the meeting taking place here, and with things moving forward, it's gonna be an interesting year.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
To make them get the grit. But as regarding the Filipino, there's a lot of good raw talent in the Philippines. I've been coaching there for 9 years on and off, and for different colleges and little academies and stuff. And we found out there's a lot of raw talent that people just got, you know, they need help, especially the street kids. I love working with the street kids. You know, a lot of good young footballers, but there's no one to take it that step further. That's why, you know, I like coaching. I've coached all over the world, and I find the prima donna kids, you know, some in England, I hate to say, even though I'm English, America, but I've coached a lot. They've got computers and everything, and they just, you know, there's no time for this raw football passion. And you know, I'll tell you one true story which really gets to me. He was in Legazpi coaching about 6 years ago, and they had to bring the football boots. You must wear boots to come. And this one guy's about 10-year-old. He's got one boot on, and I said, "Where's your other boot?" He said, "Well, my friend hasn't got none, so I gave him my left boot so he could come." And I thought that was so touching. You know, it's really brings, you know, a tear to you. It's a passion. And as a matter of fact, I says, "Give him your boots after," and I bought him a pair of boots for his. You know, I thought little stories like that we've come across really really some really good young kids. And 6-7 years ago, I was coaching Laguna, and I'd got a guy there who played for De La Salle called Ryan Pyson, and I tried to take him to Sheffield United because my friend Neil Warnock, who you probably remembers, who was coach Sheffield United, we played together at Chesterfield. And even though I'm a Sheffield Wednesday fan, being a friend of Neil, I tried to take him to go. I never lived it down, but we couldn't get him a visa. It was so hard to get him a visa to come and play, and he got aunties in England. But the only way we could get him was to take him via Hyper, and that would have been great to get for the Philippine. Well, he would have been the first one at the time. He was 18 then. I think he's broke a leg since. But little stories like that are good, and they really. This guy would have run all day for me.
It demonstrates their real hunger for the sport.
That's it. This is why there's no young. You know, how many Rooneys do you think are going to come through the cards and Gascoignes, and you don't get them. You get them once every 10 years. You know, whereas these Filipino kids, they're hungry for it. You know, the ones I've coached, asking me a million questions. They're the ones who want to learn. Not these who want to twiddle their thumbs, and a lot of it's psychology. But I really enjoy coaching the Philippines. Plus, my wife's Filipino. But that's not why I go. I met her in London actually. But we'll keep going. And Mary's been a big friend. He's the most passionate guy I've known in football. It's worse than me and my brother. You know, he eats football. And I don't know whether you've met him or you get the chance to meet him, but you like the guy. He talks our language. That's why I like working with him. You know, he's not like the other presidents who they've had, Rennie Hardad and that. They're not.
So you think it was a lack of support in the past that kind of stalled the development of this, or?
Oh, absolutely. I hate to say, but I think you both know, in a lot of poorer countries, they don't have good sports programs, and a lot of the coaching we did. We'd go all over working for the PFF, but there'd be no follow-up. And you see these kids, and you give them a ball, and they want to learn, and then nothing happens. That's it until we go around maybe a year after, which is not enough. They need it regular, coaching all the time, and it's just it kind of upsets me a little bit. Like you want to do something, and that's why I write this article as well, because I like to think a little bit of input will have a bit of it'll help. Like Leo Nice, another guy who's he's got a TV station in Baguio, who I do a lot of coaching for. And he's another guy like Mary Martinez. He's passionate and wants to. His brother was a big basketball star for De La Salle years ago. I forget his name. It's nice. But they're far and few between. In 10 years, I've met 3 guys with that passion, which is not, one guy's got some money to do it, but he can't do it on his own. Need more, more. What you're doing now is one big thing: coverage. Need more coverage in the national papers, radio, TV. Instead of just watch the football on cable TV. We need it on local TV, because people can afford local TV. They can't afford, the Sky and everything else, and like invite big foreign teams to just come and play. Like the American gridiron team. 2 teams came and played at Wembley.
They do that for basketball as well. They do it for a lot of sports.
That's what we need. But it's definitely growing, and because Mary bringing these foreign players, English, Filipinos over, it's absolute.
It's going to up the development and also the quality of the game over there.
But we need a national league in the Philippines. Absolutely, like here. I'm not saying professional at first, because I know the money is hard, but we need a national league. Like I'd like to see a couple of teams from Manila, one from Iloilo, one from Cebu, one from Davao, all playing together like Cebu United, Davao City. Just like we do here, and that's what it needs. And then build it up from that. I know it seems a pipeline, but
That's where you guys come in, though, isn't it?
hopefully, yeah. But we know we can't do it on our own. We need people to back it, you know, while ever, you know, basketball's still big as you know. But football is growing. You need them people, get it from the grassroots. That's what we're trying to get, you know, the kiddies interested and take it from there.
Good luck to you, though.
Yeah.
Can I save a bit of the tape? Okay. Right, DCM, on behalf of the embassy, how are you encouraged by what you see today?
Very much indeed. We're quite excited with the prospects of this organizing a Philippine football club here in the UK, and to link them with the Philippine Football Association in the Philippines.
So, to what extent is the embassy going to be supporting them?
Well, we'll see. We'll collaborate with the group. We'll try to find sponsors if there's need for sponsors. We'll try to link them up with the Philippine Football Association. We'll try to get them into the mainstream football league here in the UK. We'll see how far it will go from there.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.